It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Davis now to return it. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and tell you what, he's a blast to watch. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Second down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. 17 yards on that play. First down, Buffalo.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
Throwing again, it's Allen. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. brought in by the tight end, Knox. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is James Cook. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21. Here's a 2nd and 9. Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation, but to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. That's into the hands of Coleman. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
2nd and a yard. Here's Allen to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the slot man left. Again, it's Allen to the air. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Allen going to throw again. He is in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Justice Hill to return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Pistol formation with Jackson. Going up top and looking for Flowers. And he will go all the way. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The extra point is good. And the Ravens will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen on first down. He's looking deep for Shakir. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
On second down, Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's 3rd and 7. Allen. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. 17 yards on that connection. Good for a Bills first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
In motion, Shakir. One more time going up top with Allen. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Allen. That is caught at the 3. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Ray Davis, touchdown Buffalo. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will move out to a 14-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
No motion over Flowers. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But he'll gather it back in. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. No motion over Flowers. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
3rd down, 3 to go. He'll try and run for this with Henry. Fighting for the marker, he loses the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. So, a little extra time to think about what to do on 4th down as we are through quarter number 1. The Bills with the early advantage. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Stout now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Allen going to give it to Cook. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Cook. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. A throw on the run is complete. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He's got that complete to Knox. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They send him right out of the slot. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3. Allen on 3rd down. To the goal line and in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Bills. Now Bass to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills will take a 21-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers heading back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whenever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Going up top and looking for Andrews. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a give. Heading right, it's Henry. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on 2nd down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Third and long. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Hopkins sent in motion. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Now Lamar going to hang on to it, and he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. On play action, Allen, and the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack. Odafe Owe bursting in and recording the sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Here's Allen to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Allen. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. He'll go again here with Henry. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Up until that run, this 1st half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Open man downfield. It is Hopkins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Jackson now. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff can get a chance to look him over during the break. Second down, Jackson. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Ravens. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
The kicking team on for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now Allen on 1st down. Looking downfield for Coleman.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Play action. It's Allen. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Buffalo. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Extra point try by Bass. He knocks it through. And the Bills have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll find Hill out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. So we have come to halftime here at Orchard Park with the... And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Taking off. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On the handoff, it's Henry. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Third and a yard. On play action, here's Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. A give right up the middle to Henry. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Ronnie Stanley, the former 6th overall pick, guilty there. Play action now. Jackson. He'll take off again.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Good work there to get this back close to a first down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
That is left side and caught by Flowers. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2. That's a gain of 14 and a first down.
I think at this point in the game, prior to that 3rd down call, the coach is telling his quarterback, hey, you got 2 downs. This is 4 down territory, but that last completion, I think, saves him from having to make that decision, at least for the time being, barring any penalties. Now, they got 3 or 4 plays to try to...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now, the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens are back to within 7. It's 28-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Slot man in motion left. Throwing now. Allen here on first down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here's a handoff to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
A pass caught right side by Coleman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
From the gun, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On the handoff, this is Cook. And he'll get forward to about the 42. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. They motion the slot man left. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now Allen. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. Open man, left side, he's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he will score. James Cook, touchdown, Bills.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Pass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Jackson gonna keep it himself. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Bills have got it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Second and 7. They'll motion over Flowers. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
#1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On third down, Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
On the ground, this is Justice Hill. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Matt Milano there to stop him. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll motion over Flowers. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Gonna go right back to Henry. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. Throwing Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Baltimore.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Jackson fires complete to Flowers. And he's going to be out of bounds here on what will wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll motion over Flowers. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
Now Jackson, this a designed run. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. The Bills have got it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Bills offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. Allen from his own end zone. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. Now it's Allen. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
And he's taken down up past the 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
To throw again, it's Allen.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. One more time going up top with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up. Allen going to throw again. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. He'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Allen on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he's in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And it has been a rough night at the office. We go through the highlights. They are really lowlights. Relentless pressure. Receivers unable to get open. They cannot connect in the passing game. It has been a night to forget for the quarterback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Hopkins sent in motion. Second down, Jackson. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Hopkins sent in motion. Jackson now on second down. And this will be incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to be third down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Again, it's Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Hopkins sent in motion. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
The left side into the hands of Hopkins. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
They'll try zone read on 1st and goal. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
Jackson looking to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
An extra point attempt to follow. He gets it to go, and the Ravens are able to cut into the deficit. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
First and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Allen going to give it to Cook. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
4th down. Here's Allen. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Play action now. Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and short, Jackson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. The big man, Ed Oliver, in for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Here's 2nd down. Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball and will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.